In the previous class, we looked at the timeline and understanding how the timeline works. Now we know that there are 30 frames in a second, and to create something different in your timeline, you have to have a keyframe. So let's go and create a new document in Animate, and we can review what we learned in the last video. Okay, so let's create a standard size stage. Okay. Create. All right, and here we have the stage, and I'm not sure if I covered it in the previous videos, but you have in your settings here, you have your width and your height that you can change. Right now, you can change your frame height as well. You can change the stage color. So right now, stage color is white. You can change that to other colors too, if you wish. Okay. All right, so I am going to go over here to my timeline, which is down here, and I'm going to draw a square. So the square is going to be here. Click and drag. Okay, and I just want this square to have a bit of a thicker stroke. Go. All right, so after 1 second, so that would be the 31st frame, I will want this square to be a circle. Okay, so to make this square last 30 frames, I go here and I can right click and insert frame. And then on the 31st frame, I right click and I insert keyframe. Okay, so note that previously I just insert a regular frame to prolong how long this square lasts for on the stage. So just a frame, not a keyframe. I enter a keyframe on the 31st frame because I want something new to happen here. So you can see right now everything is highlighted. I'm on the 31st frame. Everything is highlighted, so I'm going to delete that and I'm going to create a circle. Okay, I hold shift and I draw a circle. Right, so now, right now, this circle only lasts for 1/30th of a second, so not very long. So let's make it last for 30 frames, which is 1 second. So 30 frames would bring us to here. So insert frame. There we go. So now we have a square for 1 second, then a circle, and then it will loop, right? So from a square to a circle, and then when you make this into an animated GIF, it will loop. So let's go create that. Export animated GIF. And going to save it. And I'll call this square circle. Okay. So this is just to review what we did last class. And in here, I'm going to open that square circle. So for 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. All right. So you can do that with, with the same shape and just change the position as well. So let's go do that. Let's create a new layer. Okay, and I'm going to delete the old layer. So in this new layer, I am going to create a circle here. And at the 30th, so all these frames are already entered. Okay, because it becomes as long as the previous layer. Okay, the timeline is as long as the previous layer. So on the 31st frame, I'm going to right click and insert frame. Insert keyframe. Then, okay, and then I'm going to move that over here. Okay. And then I'm going to just see what that looks like here. Okay, so file, export to export animated GIF, and save it. And I'll just say circle and save. Okay, so now let's go take a look at the circle. Go 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. So it would be nice if the ball kind of rolled to the second spot instead of just suddenly appearing in the second spot, right? So we can make that happen by creating something called a tween. So So let's right click in the middle, somewhere, anywhere between the first keyframe and the second keyframe, right? So anywhere between there, it could be 15 or 20, any one of these frames, and right click, and you can create a shape tween because these are shapes. Okay, there we go. So a shape tween. This is a shape, so a shape tween. There we go. So let's go take a look at that now. So export, this animated GIF, and save, and I'll save it as circle. Okay, so that would replace it, and let's go take a look at that now. So now it's gonna roll, and stops there, rolls and stops there for a second, rolls for 1 second, stops for 1 second, rolls for 1 second, stops for 1 second, rolls and stops for 1 second. Okay, and let's see why it stops for 1 second, because it rolls in the first second, and once it's at the second position, it stops for a whole second. What if I wanted to roll it back to the original spot? That would be nice. So I'm going to go here and right click here, as in the 60th frame here, and insert keyframe. And I'm going to delete, press delete on there. I'm going to delete what's on the stage right now. So I want to go back to the original position, which is this one. So I'm going to go edit, copy. Okay, it's already all selected. I know that it's all selected because it's all dotted. And then at the very end, I'm going to go, so I go back to the 60th after I copy that. Okay, so I copy from the first. Okay, then I go to 60th frame, and I go edit, paste in place. Paste in place, paste it exactly the same spot where I copied it from. And then now, in between the 30th and the 60th frame, I'm going to make it roll back. So somewhere around 45, I go create shape tween. We're creating shape tweens because these are shapes. The circle is just a shape I drew. We'll take a look at the other tweens later on. Okay, a tween is that it's like the transition between two different keyframes. Okay, you can only create the tween between keyframes. And note that the shape tween is colored brown. Okay, and there's an arrow that shows you the direction of the tween. Okay. So let's go export as GIF and take a look at it. So export and save. And let's go take a look at it right now. So it rolls there for 1 second, back for 1 second, there for 1 second, back for 1 second. All right. So what I would like you to do for your first exercise is to create a ball that bounces from bottom to up and then to the bottom again. So bouncing from down to up and then down. Okay, so let's see if you can do that. After you have done that, could you please go to File, Export, and export as animated GIF, just like I have here, and then call that one bounce, and I'll take a look at it. All right, and of course you go to your class exercise and you will submit it for class exercise bounce. All right, in the next video, we'll take a look at the other tweens.